Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to the Partner Study Center. Today we are going to see the chapter of geography and what is our topic today? Industrial development. There is a most important chapter here. An important topic arrive here, brief history of modern industry. You know that brief history of modern industries here. The modern industry development in the India is started with their establishment of the first cotton textile mill at the Mumbai in 1854. Predominantly is with the Indian is a capital and entrepreneurship is here and jute industry made a beginning in 1855. 1855 there is a most important period time here and with the establishment of the jute mill in Hooghly Valley near Kolkata with the foreign capital and entrepreneurship here. And the coal mines which was first started in the Rani Guns in the 1772 is a railways where is introduced in 1854. Tata Iron Steel Plant was set up at Jamshedpur in the 1907 and several other mediums and a small size industry like cement, glass, soap, chemical, jute and sugar and paper flowed here. The industrial production is the pre-independent period was the neither acquired nor a different is a diversified. There is the most important point here. At the time of independence, the economical was under development with the agriculture contributing to more than 60% of the GDP and most of the country has a sport or earnings. After 60 years of independence, India has now shown the sign of the becoming a leading economical power here. There is a more important here increasing of GDP on this time. Industrial development in the India can be divided into two phases. The government successfully is increasing its control over a different economical sector and during the first phase is a 1947 to 1980. In the second phase, 1980 is a 97 is a measuring to be liberalized. The economical between the 1980 to 1992, this measuring were somewhat arose is the after 1992. The whole process of liberalization become a more focused and radically different in a nature. After the independence, systematic industrial planning under different five-year plan helped in establishing a large number of heavy and medium industries here. The main thrust of the industrial policy was to be remove original imbalance and to be introduced a diversification of industries. Indogenesis is a capability where is developed to be achieve a self-sufficiency and it is due to this effort that India has been to able to develop in the field of industry. Today we export a large number of industrial goods to various countries here. The next is a classification of industry. There is an important point here, a classification of industries. Industry can be classified on different bases and classification of industry on the basis of five criteria has been given to following table. There is important here classification. There are different bases here. The here table is the most important. A classification of industries is a source of raw material. First criteria here, source of raw material and types of industry and main character and example. There is a first year source of raw material. There is a two types here, types of industries, agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. And the main characteristics here, agriculture, product and use of raw materials. And second here, a mineral are used as a raw material. Example, cotton textile, jutes, sugar and paper industries. And secondly here, iron, steel, chemical and cement industries. The next here, ownership. Here the sector here, public sector, private sector, joint sector and cooperative sector. There is here open and managed by the government. The private sector here, urban and management by industries or group of company. And the joint sector is often joined by public and private sector and cooperative sector is owned by the cooperative society and raw materials producer. And the example here, public sector is a Bakro, iron, steel and plant, Chatan, Ranj and the locomotives work here. And the next year, private sector Tata Iron Steel, JK Cement Industry, Polo Tires, and other. And joint sector here, a Maruti Udyog, and cooperative sector here, a sugar industry and Maharashtra, Amul Gujarat, and Ifuko is a Kerala. That is most important here. The next year, function of the role, there is a two year basic industries and consumer good industry. The basic industry is a finished product of basic industry are used as raw materials for other industries. And consumer good industries here, finished a product of this industry are directly used in by individually. But a first year basic industry example here, iron, steel, and petrochemical industry. And second year consumer good industry here, toothpaste, soap, and sugar industries. And the next year, size of industry. Size of industry is the first year large scale industries is a Google investment heavy machinery, large number of worker, and large factories, a 24-hour operation. And the example here, iron, steel, oil is the refiners. The here a part of the large scale of industries of second part here, small scale industries and rural and cottage industries. There is the small scale industries here, a small investor, small factory, few factor workers, and the rural and cottage industries owned by family member and a small machines and home. And the example here, small scale industry, cycle, electrical goods and industries here. And the rural and cottage industries example here, jewelry, handicraft is handlooms, arts, work, and there is important. And the fifth year, bait of raw materials and finishing product here. There is a two to have here, heavy industries and light industries. There are heavy industry of both raw materials and finished product are heavy and work high transport cost. And light industries is important here. Both raw material and finishing product are the high in the weight and low transport cost here. The heavy industry example here, iron, steel, and BHEL hardware and heavy electric like a generator. And light industries here, example, watches and ready-made garment, toys, fountain pen. That is important. This is not necessary for the any particular industry to be included only in one category. Depending upon the classification, the same industry can become an example of different types of industry. For example, Bokaro Iron Steel Plant is a minerals-based industries. It is a public sector. It is a basic industry. It is a large-scale industry and also an example of a heavy industries here. The next here is important agro-based industries. There is important agro-based industries. Here, textile, sugar, paper, and vegetable oil industry are some of the example of agro-based industry. You know that what is the agro-based industries? The agro-based industries here, textile, sugar, paper, vegetable oil industries are some example of agro-based industries here. This industry uses agriculture product as their raw materials, and textile industry is the largest industry in an organized sector. The textile industry is the largest industry in an organized sector. It is a comprise of the first year of cotton textile and second year woolen textile and third year silk textile and fourth year synthetic fiber and fifth year jute textile industries here. Textile has been a major component of the industrial sector. It is account for nearly a fifth of the industrial output and a third of the export earnings. In terms of the employment is a come next only to be agriculture sector here. The first point here, cotton textile industries here. The cotton textile industries, what is important here? The industrial development in India began with the establishment of first successful modern cotton textile mill at Mumbai in 1854. The 1854 is the most important period of time the development of cotton textile industries. Since there industries has a witnessed a phenomenal growth. The number of mills increasing from 378 in 1952 to 1782 by March 1998. There is important and cotton textile has an important place in the economical of country. It is a provide employment opportunity to a large number of people. About one-fifth of the total industrial labor is absorbed by these industries. The next production here, the production is a cotton textile industry, a comprised of a three sector. Three sector is here most important: mill sector, handloom, and is a power loom. There is a cotton textile industry comprised of three sector here. I repeat again: mill sector, handloom sector, and there is a power looms. There is the most important. The share of large mill and is a hand looms and the power loom sector in their total production of cotton cloth in a 1998 to 99 was a 5.4 percentage and 20.6 percentage and 74 percentage respectively. The cloth production of cotton textile increasing from a 421 crore square meters in 1950 to 51 to 1794.9 crore square meter in a 1998 to 99. There is a most important growth here. The cotton and synthetic fiber textile industries has made a is a term thus progress per capita ability of cloth from both the types was of 15 meters only in a 1960 to 61. In the year 1995 to 96, it has risen to be 28 meters. And this has embedded as to export cotton yarn, cotton fabric, and cotton synthetic garment on a large scale. In 1995 or 96, we earned a $2.6 million by there is a export. There is important here. The 1995 to 96, we are earned a $2.6 million by their export. There is important here. The next year, distribution. A cotton textile industry is one of the most widely distributed industry in our country. These mills are located in a more than 88 centimeter in different part of country. But majority of cotton textile mill are still located in a cotton growing area of the Great Plain and Peninsular India. That is important here. In this map, there is a most important map. Show your screen. There is a India center of textile industry. You know that there are all over India. There are textile industries of here. There is Amritsar, Pawara as Ludhiana, Lucknow. There is important and Delhi, Firozabad, Kanpur, Patna, Kotas, and there is Jodhpur and the Pune, Hyderabad, Belarus, and Bingam. The Dubai. There is the most important Dubai, Lis, and the Masur. And there is a Pondicherry, Chennai. There is the most important shown on your screen. There is a center of textile industries here. There is all over India of here present and the important production on here. Maharashtra is the leading producer of cotton textile in the country. There is important. Maharashtra is the leading producer of cotton textile in a country. Mumbai is their major center of textile mills here. About a half of cotton textile mill are located in Mumbai alone. It is therefore rightly is called as the cotton pulse of India. And Solapur's and Kolhapur's, Nagpur, Pune, Isangabad and the Jayagons as the other important center in Maharashtra here. Gujarat, which is ranked second in the production of cotton textiles, and Allahabad is their major center of the state, and Surat, Bharchus, Vadodara, and Bhagwanagar and the Rajkot are other centers in the state. Tamil Nadu has emerged as an important producer of cotton textile in a southern state and can be both is on the important center in the state and Tiruvallur and the Chennai, Madurai and the Tirupalli is the same is the Tanjore and there are other important center here. In a Karnataka, cotton textile industry is a concentrated is a Bangalore, Mysore, Bengoms and the is Gulbarg and the Kanpur, Ethawa and Nagar, Varanasi and Hathras an important center in Uttar Pradesh. In Madhya Pradesh, this industry is concentrated at the Indore and Gwalior and Havra is a Sherapura and the Marasiabad are the important cotton textile center in a West Bengal. Rajasthan and Punjab, Haryana and Andhra Pradesh are the other states producing a cotton textile here. And the following are the factor localization of textile industries in Ahmedabad and Mumbai and Pune regions here. The first here, ability of raw material. There is an important point here. Note your notebook. There is ability of raw material. A large amount of cotton is growing in this belt. And second here, ability of capital. The Mumbai Ahmedabad and Pune as a place where a capital for a investment is easily available. And second here, means of transport. This region is well is concentrated with the rest of India by the road and railways. It's there for the facility and transportation of finishing product. And fourth here, accessibility to be market. There is an important point here is the Maharashtra and Gujarat has a large market to be sell a textile product here and developed a means of transportation help in a movement of textile product to be other market center as well as their foreign market. Nowadays, by their market has become a dominant factor is determining the location of cotton textile industry. There is a most important point here, notable point. And the next here is the nearness of ports. There's an important point. The Mumbai is a port, is a facility there import of machineries and good quality of cotton from awarded and export of this finishing product here. And sixth here, cheap labor. There's an important point. Cheap labor, cheap and skilled labor is easily available from their surrounding area. And last point is important, ability of power. Ability of power, cheap and sufficient power easily available here. The next here, sugar industry. There is important here, sugar industries. Sugar industry is the second largest agro-based industry of India. There is an important point. The second largest agro-based industry of India, the sugar industry. If we take a gur and kham, dasari and sugar together, then the India become the largest producer of sugar production in the world. That is important. And in 2003, there is about 453 sugar mill in the country. You know that 2003 is the 453 sugar mill in the country of India, and this industry is employed about the 2.5 lakh people. There is job here, 2.5 lakh people. There are sugar mill here, and the next year production. Production is important. The production of sugar depend upon the production of sugar cane and fluctuate and with there is a fluctuations in the production of sugar cane. The total sugar production in the 2050 to 51 was 11.3 lakh ton. There is an important point. 2050 to 51 there are 11.3 lakh ton. It increased to be to 201.32 lakh ton in the 2003 to 2002. There is important here. The important 2002 to 2003 is the 101.32 lakh ton increasing production here, and in 2003 to 2004 it's a fell down to the 138 lakh ton. That is important. The next year distribution. The most of the sugar mill are concentrated in a 6 states, namely Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. There is a main here 6 states in India. There is a name of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. The first state here, Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh, it is a hold a significant position in the production of sugar. The sugar mill are highly concentrated in the western Uttar Pradesh in the district of Meerut, Muzaffar, Nagar, Saharanpur, Bijnor, and Moradabad and Bulandshahr. There is a most important there are district here. The sugar cane is factory here. In the eastern Uttar Pradesh is the Deorai, Basti, Gonda, Gorakhpur are important center here. Uttar Pradesh has the largest area under to sugarcane cultivation here. It has about half of the total area under sugarcane cultivation, but it was able to produce only one third of the total production of sugar in 2003-2004 in the country. Evidently, their per hectare production as well as sugar content in a produce are relatively is very low. The next year, Maharashtra. Maharashtra is the most important state in the peninsular India, producing about one fourth of the total sugar production in India. One fourth is important here. A major center of the sugar production are Nasik, Pune, Satara, Sangili, Kolhapur, and Solarpur. There is the most important Maharashtra state here. And Andhra Pradesh is also important. The east and west Godavari is a Vasakha is a platinum. Nizamabad, Medak, and Chittoor is a district are the center of the sugar mill in the state. There is an important and also Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu and there is a Tamil Nadu is a north and south are caught Madurai, Kamit, Betters, and the Tiruchirappallis are the important district for us sugar production. The next year, Karnataka. Karnataka it is the, also the important sugar producing state. The Belgulams, Madhya, Biljupur and Bellary and Simonga and the Chitradura are the sugar producing district here. The Karnataka is the main district here, but Bihar, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan are other states where sugar mill are localized. That is important. The following are the factors for localizations of sugar industries here. There is the most important factor here. First factor here, sugar cane is a mainly raw material for the making of sugar. Sugar mill can be set up only in the sugar cane producing area. Sugar can get a dry soon after harvesting. That is important. Sugar can get a dry soon after the harvesting. It can be neither be a storage nor a kept for a long period of time. The sugar cane should be taken immediately to be sugar mill after harvesting. There is a most important point here. And second point here, transportation cost of sugar cane is a very high. And generally sugar cane is transported to through the bulk cart and which can carry it is up to 20 to 25 kilometer. Recently, a tractor, trolley, and trucks has been to use to carry of sugar cane to be a sugar mills. There is important. And besides this factor, capital, market, labor, and power also play an important role of significance on the factor of sugar cane industries. The next reason for a shifting of sugar industry from northern India to peninsular India here. Over the period of sugarcane industry is gradually shifting from a northern India state to state in a peninsular India. Some of the important reasons are flowing here. The first reason here, the production of sugarcane per hectare is higher in peninsular India. In fact, sugarcane crop growing well in the tropically climate of South India. That is important. The next year, the sucrose is a content is a higher in the tropical variety of sugar can grow in the south. The next year, the crossing season in the South India is a longer than in the North India. And the next, in the South India, most of the mills have a modern machinery here. And the next year, most of the mills in a peninsular India are a cooperative sector and where a benefit are maximized in the not be a solely objective. Very important. An important point arrived in this box. There is a notable point, not your notebooks. There is a most important point here. Agro-based industries use agriculture production as their raw material. A cotton textile industry is the largest industry of organized sector of India. And cotton textile industry is widely distributed in India and the large number of sugar mills are localized in Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat and Bihar. The next year, mineral based industries. The mineral based industry is the most important here. Industry which use a mineral as a raw materials are called to the mineral based industries. There is a what is the here mineral based industry? The industry which we use minerals as a raw material are called mineral based industry. Iron and steel industry is the most important among this industry. The iron and steel industry is the most important among these industries. Engineering, cement, chemicals and fertilizer industries are also important mineral based industry. There is the most important engineering, cement, chemical and fertilizer industries are also important mineral-based industries here. Come here, iron and steel industry. There is an important iron and steel industry. Iron and steel industry is a basic industry and it is a product serve as a raw material for a number of other industry. Iron and steel industry is a basic industry and it's a product serve as a raw materials for a number of other industries. Third, the iron and steel manufacturing activity in India is very old. Modern iron and steel industry started with their establishment of Bengal Iron Steel Work at the Kolati and West Bengal in 1870. There 1870 there is the most important here and Tata Iron and Steel Company was established at their Jamshedpur in 1907. The 1970 is the most important here and this was followed by the Indian Iron Steel Plant at the Barunpur in 1919. All these three plants were established in the private sector. The first public sector iron steel plant, which is now as the Viswarya Iron Steel Work, was established of the Bhadravatis in 1923. The iron and steel industry made a rapidly progress after independence. The production capacity has increased in all the existing units. Three new integrated steel plants were established at the Rukhela, Bilai and Durgapur. Bokaro Steel Plant was established under public sector in 1964. Bokaro and Bilai plant were set up with the collaboration of the former Soviet Union. Durgapur Steel Plants was set up to the collaboration with the United Kingdoms with the Rourkela plant as established with their help of the Germany and Visakhapatnam and Salem's plant were set up afterward. At the time of independence, India is produced only a small quantity of iron and steel. Production of finishing steel in the country was only 10 lakh ton in 1950-51, which has increased to the 23.8 million ton in 1998 to 99. There is a most important period time here. The major iron and steel plant of India are situated in the state of Jharkhand, West Bengal, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Besides, there are about 200 mini steel plants in India with a capacity of 6.2 million ton per annum. Mini steel plant is a produce steel from scrap as a sponge iron. This unit is a continually there is an important component of iron and steel industry in the country. That is important and most of the steel plant are located in around Chota Nagpur plateaus which is endowed with their rich deposit of iron ores, coal, manganese and limestone. The detail of raw materials, ownership and location give the following table here. The important table here. In this table, there is the most important here name of plant, location, ownership and coal power and raw material iron ores and obtained from there is limestone and magnesium. The first here, a name of plant here TISCO. There is a Jamshedpur and private sector. And here Azaria and there is iron ore is a Bhanjar and Singhbhumia and Konzahar Singhbhumi is the magnesium. And name of plant here IISCO. There is a Burhanpur and the public sector only and Zaria DBC and here Singha Bhumi and Maho Banj and Kozar and Singho Bhumi is the most important here of magnesium. And the next here name of the plant is a BISL. There is a BISL is a Bhadwati. Bhadwati is a public sector only and here Saravati's project and command Gondai and Bhanguda and Chitra Karsimgoma. And the next name of the HSL. HSL is a Rourkela and here is the only public sector and Bokaro, Jharia and Hirakund project here. And there is a iron ore is here, Sundragarh and the Konjhar. and the limestone is a Punampani, and there is a manganese is a Bara Zamda. And the next here name of the plant here HSL. HSL is here location is a Bhilai, and is also is a public sector here. And there is the coal power here as Kargali and Korba, and there is iron ore is here. Dal is Zara, and there is limestone is a Danis, and there is manganese is a Balaghat. Balaghat is the most important here. The next plant here, HSL. There is a Durgapur is the location, and here a public sector. And Jarai DVA, Olaf Gairis, and Brahmaputri Ejadam. As the next year is a Sevan of BSL. There is a Bokaro, and his a public sector. And the name here, iron is important. Jairis DBC as a, and there are others important. And SSP is a Salima is a public sector here. And BSL is a Bisakha Patnam is a public sector, and there is a iron here, Damodar Valley, and there are other is a valley Ali, Chhattisgarh, and there are Chhattisgarh and MP, and the limestone is a Bhagaghat. There is an important here, and important also here a map. There is study on this materials here. Here show the most important map here, Indian iron and steel plant here. You know that there show the most important iron plant on your screen. There is Solenum, and there are Patis and Hospet, and the Bhilai and Urkera, and there is more important is a Bokaro, Durgapur, Hirapura, and there is an important here iron and steel plant. The next is the most important here, petrochemical industry. The petrochemical industry is the most important industry here. Petrochemical industry is one of the fastest growing industry of India. You know that there are faster growing industry of India here, and this industry has a revolutionizing of industrial since by the providing the product which are the is a substituting their traditionally raw material like a board, glass, metal. It is a product of meet of various needs of people at the low cost. Petrochemical are derived from the petroleum or natural gas. We use a variety of product from a morning till evening. Made from a petrochemicals is a toothbrushes and toothpaste, combo, hairpins, is a soap, and case, plastic masks, garment, ready case, ball point pen, detergent, electric switch, lipsticks, insecticide, bag, bed cover, and frame of some other goods made from the petrochemical. You know that there is a most important petrochemical industries here, and they're faster growing industry because there is a production of the many types of household things. Is example toothbrush, toothpaste, combo, hairpin, is a sample case, plastic mugs, garment, ready case, ball pen, point pen, detergent, electric switches, lipstick, insecticide, bag, bed, cover, and from some of this good. There is the most important petrochemical industries here. India is a petrochemical corporation has a set up to the hugs as a petrochemical complex near of Badodra, a producing a wide range of product besides Badodra, Gandhar, and the Haziara and Gujarat and Nagathon is the Maharashtra or other important center of petrochemical industry. India is a self-sufficient in the production of petrochemicals here. And crude oil has a no value of unless it is a refined as a well the refining is the crude oil. Thousand of product like kerosene is a diesel, lubricant and raw material for a petrochemical industry. A drive, India has a present 80 refiners. There is the most important here 18 refiners. And the refiners are there are Digbois, Bengones, Numamatis, all are the same. The Mumbai of two Maharashtra and Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh and Brownies is Bihar. Akolai is a Gujarat and Mathura, UP. Panipat is a Haryana and Kochi is a Kerala. And Mangalore here, Karnataka, and the Chennai is Tamil Nadu, and this only a private oil refinery belong to be a Reliance Industry Limited is localized at the Jamnagar, Gujarat. The next here, industrial cluster. Industrial cluster is the most important here. There are regional variation in the level of industrial development in India. India industries has concentrated the cluster at some location. Most industry regions in the India have are developed in the hinterland of some major port like Kolkata and there is Mumbai and Chennai. These industrial regions has also to advantage like ability of raw materials, energy, capital and market. And the six major industry region is emerged, out of which three are the hinterland of ports. The six major industry regions are flowing here. The first are Hooghly industry region, and second are Mumbai Pune industry region, and third are Ahmedabad Bodhedra regions, and Madurai is a Kambu Belters and Bangalore's region here. Chota Nagpur Plateau's region is important here, and Delhi and the adjoining region. Besides these major industry regions, there are 15 minor industry region and 15 industry district. There is an important here. 15 is a minors industry region and 15 industry district regions here. This is the most important. The next year, industrial self-reliance here. There is the most important industrial self-reliance. Industrial self-reliance means that is the people of India establish and operating industries with there is a oven technique knowledge and finance and using of machines manufactured in their own country without depending on other. There is important here reliance. The government of India is formulated on the industrial policy in 1956 with the objective of the increasing industrial output, generating employment and dispersal of the industries, removing a regional imbalance in the industrial development and the development of village and small scale industry. There is an important point here. And through the planned development of industries, we now is a manufacture several is a types of industrial goods. A major breakthrough has been to achieve in the production of capital good. India is now self-reliant in the production of heavy machines and equipment used in the mining, irrigation, power project, transport and communication. We use a machine and fabricated in India for a cement, textile, iron, steel and sugar industry, etc. here. Public sector has a play an important role in achieving industrial self-reliance. Iron and steel, railway equipment, petroleum, coal and fertilizer industries has been to be developed in this sector, and this industry were established in an industrially backward region. During the seventh fifth years plan on the emphasis was later on the high technology and high value of addition and knowledge based industry like electronic, advanced machine, tools and telecommunication. That is important. The next impact of economical liberalization. There is the most important here impact of economical liberalization. The process of industrialization is that India can be divided into two parts, before and after 1992. The 1992 there is after and before there is the most important here. During the first 40 years after independence, the India economies had diversified and expanded very fast. But this growth are characterized by the graded control and regulation. In August 1992, Government of India took a bold step of changing its economical policy for state control to the market force. A need was felt to be given more responsibility to the private capital and enterprise, both domestic as well as foreigners. In a response to this, a new industry policy of liberalization, privatization and globalization was adopted in August 1992. Immediately change of case here, economical policy was to tie over balance of payment and the crisis but having wild social, economical, political and geographical implication here. A liberalization means a reduce a role of the government and greater role of the market of liberal attitude of government establishment and running industry. You know that what you mean to hear liberalization here? The liberalization means or reduce a role of government and greater role of the market are the liberal attitude of the government of the establishment and running of industry. It was treated as a panacea for the ill of Indian economy. However, after 15 years of following their path of liberalization, the results are not that sweet. The after of 15 years following the path of liberalization, but result is not as sweet. The gap between to the rich and the poor has increasing. The gap of rich and poor was a increasing of the gap. Production of good of the mass consumption has not improved. Employment opportunity have not increased at the desired rate. In a privatization, there will be transfer of the ownership of public enterprise to private capital. Opening up more industry area to private capital or enterprise. The main aim of the privatization is to be make use of privately owned resource for a collective welfare of the people. The globalization which is stand in the current phase of the increasing integration between two different economics of world. The economical gap between different nations is reduced by removing all the restriction between national on the movement of goods, service, capital and technology also here. The globalization has made a significant impact on the consumption of pattern and lifestyle of the people. Nowadays, the whole world has become a market, and globalization has a also effect on the value of system.